agreed to it, bro. He agreed to
No,
it.
no, no,
Bro,
no, he did not.
Yeah, he did.
Bro, didn't you agree?
That's not good, retard. Wait, Smoothie, do you want Liam to judge or not?
Fuck no.
See?
These
Bro,
niggas
let's
judging
not
the
me
ethical
and
egoism.
I'm an expert on it. I should probably fucking be good at it.
I don't give a fuck.
Dude,
nigga,
okay,
fuck.
I feel like you and me are gonna differ on judgment. They're gonna have a 3-hour meta debate like the other day.
Me and Bridge are a team. We're judging together.
I hate you.
Okay.
We're gonna agree, bro. We're gonna agree.
Okay, wait.
Probably.
Bridge, you can judge if you actually listen to the debate
On
presently.
everything, I'm literally sitting here, notepad out.
Okay.
All right, bro.
Cool.
Me and Bridge are together, bro.
All right, you ready, Smoothie?
Let's go. So Liam,
Yeah,
how
Smoothie.
Smoothie, are you ready for me and Bridge to judge a debate?
I'm ready for Bridge to judge debate. I didn't agree to
Okay,
you.
we're both doing it. Okay,
All
good.
right. It's a package deal, Smoothie. All right, you ready?
For sure.
Okay. Yeah, we could look at my moral worldview first if you want.
I missed bio.
Sure, man.
But I'm gonna go.
Wait, what's the proposition of the debate?
He is able, so we have to go ahead.
It doesn't matter. You can pick one.
But
Would you say I could pick one?
Yeah, so you can pick one, yeah.
Do you just want to talk about whose normative framework is better?
Weather now.
Sure.
Microsoft.
Okay. I'll just take the position that I value rational creativity and the probable active potential to form it.
What the fuck is this method you've been on, bro? On God, you've been running this shit for like
Yo, Liam, I'm never leaving, boy. This the number one moral principle, boy.
Oh my God.
Yo, Liam, check DMs.
Out of here. Launch it.
All right.
And we're gonna
Yo,
that's
can
fine.
someone mute Daniel? What the fuck is this guy babbling about?
11-3.
I know. What did you say? I'm sorry.
I value rational creativity and the active potential and probability to reach it.
Rational creativity and active potential and probability to reach it. So, like, if you would say, for example, that an individual that was born outside of uterus that doesn't have the disposition of the rational creativity and the potential or probability to actually gain it, but let's say that let's say they're retarded. Let's say like they're retarded like Forko, and they become like some type of special person. But like that rational creativity isn't a part of that individual. It's never is. Would you say it's permissible to unalive those specific individuals and rape them brutally?
Well, I don't think rape's like a good thing ever, and the reason I don't think rape's a good thing ever is because I posed this normative thought experiment, and the normative thought experiment follows. You've never heard this, by the way, Smoothie, so be prepared.
Right.
You're about to get your mind blown.
Nice.
The normative thought experiment follows that if I were to expose said concept to the rational creative agents of the world, and they went, ew, yucky, that's gonna make me uncreative, that's gonna inhibit my moral principle, fuck. And they just thought it was like a negative action, then it would be a bad action. So rape is going to be conducive to this like 100% of the time. We know there's account studies of rape, inhibiting human conscious experience, sentience, and the ability to express it, right? And when this is the case, people are less creative. Thus forth, it inhibits the principle. Thus forth, bad action. I'm thinking murder is also just going to be like analytically the case as well, that it would do that to someone. If you want empirics for that, that's fine. I could like Google in 3 seconds, but I think you would agree with me there. I assume you want to attack from a different angle.
Yeah. So like say for example slavery. Right. Let's say that every individual on this specific planet Earth, right, it doesn't provide any. Let me stop trolling. But would you say, for example, if that there was a planet full of like little mini individuals that doesn't have the possibility or probability of gaining rational creativity, like it's not there at all. Like there are many retarded individuals like Forko. Would you say that them doing actions towards each other to which we deem to be negative is morally impermissible? Which you
Yeah.
deem to be morally impermissible?
Yeah, I would.
The reason why you would say it's morally impermissible is based upon the majority of people. Like majority of these people on Earth would commit or would accept the fact that what they're doing on that specific planet is morally impermissible, correct?
Yeah, on our Earth, yes.
Yeah, and we say, for example, that it was just only me. I mean, not me, but you and another specific individual that doesn't hold
Let's
the moral
just say me and
principle.
Swan.
Yeah. You and Swan, right? Swan thinks it's permissible to rape babies. He thinks that the action to which was going on in that planet is permissible. Would you take it to be the case Yeah, that. Would you take
Yeah,
it to be the case
I
that
do take it to be the case that Swan thinks it's permissible to rape babies. However, I don't
no,
think that this is like a
we
direct
all
argument
believe that.
against my
We all
argument.
believe that. We
Yeah, of
all
course.
believe
I
that's
think that's
permissible.
kind of like
But
axiomatic, and it's an axiom we
yeah,
all subscribe to.
well, like
However,
yeah,
Smoothie,
like
the reason why I
but
don't
if
think it's very
Yeah.
directly attacking of my argument or directly attacks my argument would be the fact that I can still pass moral judgments on this world because the condition that the human race exists is still active in our world. And if I showed it to our human race, they would go, that's bad. And if they went, that's bad, then we would be fried, right? So that's it. That's all. That's all I really have to say.
it's not chilling. Third new principle. No. It's fine. It's fine. It's Forko. He likes hedging. But Forko, if I grant the fact that maybe if you introduce this concept or principle, towards individuals that are on our planet Earth and they have this rational creativity that is conducive towards your moral principle, then maybe they would say, well, the actions to which is going on that specific planet would be, bad or negative, and they should not do said action, right? But this, Jesus Christ, I feel like I gotta sneeze. This specific thing is applicable towards you and another specific person, not this other world of which you're referring to, our real world or whatever. Let's say you cannot show it to anybody on our real world at that moment in time. It's just you and this specific person, you and Swan, who likes seeing toddlers like raping each other. And there is no majority of people to which helps you motivate your principle. How would you come to the conclusion that what they're doing on that specific planet is morally impermissible if that condition is not motivating anymore because it doesn't have that enabling condition?
Yeah, man, I would just have the empirics to know that rape does inhibit people on our world. I don't care if I'm in possible world number 5,452, I could still make a moral claim towards this world, right? Now, if you're
I got you.
stipulating that I woke up tomorrow and I was in this possible world where it was just me and Swan, I'd fuck the shit out of him, then I'd kill myself. I wouldn't have to make any moral judgments, I wouldn't have to pass any. But my moral
Wait,
scope doesn't lose
Really?
out. Sorry, brother. My
he
my
wants to
moral
know.
scope, at least I fucked you first. My moral scope would not lose out on any like explanatory power or anything because it is an irrelevant stipulation on whether I can explain this moral problem if I was spawned into this world. The active question is, can I explain this moral problem now? And the answer to that is yes.
I understand that you can explain the moral problem now via the conditions to which were not stipulated inside of my example, right? The conditions were saying if majority of people would say that their normative principle is conducive towards yours, if they have the exact same normative principle as you, would you say, for example, that you can explain this principle to be motivating? Yes, you could. But again, this specific example to which I'm stipulating is saying, well, if there is a person who holds, antithetical normative principles in yourself, right? If there is an antithetical normative principle, if somebody holds an antithetical normative principle to you, would you take it to be the case that, well, your position or your condition or principle is now motivating, even though it lacks that enabling condition, but the enabling condition is the majority of people?
I think my moral principle is motivating nonetheless. Now I think that was a bit of a shotgun, right? And I know how certain people like to carry around guns, and there's no issue with that, right? And I'm just saying defensive individuals like you. I'm
Anyways,
not saying anything further than that.
anyways.
But here's all I'm going to present to you, right? My moral thought experiment is crucial to me making moral judgments. If you're stipulating in this world that it is just me and some guy with a negative moral principle, that still does not undermine the moral thought experiment I have. It would if I spawned into this world tomorrow, but thank God that shit's not even fucking in the realm of likelihood. Thank God
But
that shit
Forka,
will not happen. Because guess what? The only thing
hold
I
on.
want from that world is for me to fuck Swan. And I can do that where? Here, right? I can do that
Wait,
here,
Forka,
Smoothie.
that's all fine and dandy that your principle is only applicable when the majority of people agree to it. What I'm saying is that even if you say like, okay, your moral thought experiment is
You don't
crucial
have
to
to
making.
agree. You don't have to agree to my
Look,
principle for it to be applicative.
wait. Why is this chimp aping out?
I'm not aping
Stop.
out.
I'm
I'm
talking.
just correcting a bad claim. What the fuck?
I'm talking.
Listen,
Anyways,
buddy.
you said
Whatever you say to
what
me bounces off
is
me like rubber and
what?
sticks to you like
Is
glue.
he?
Don't call me a
Yeah,
chimp.
okay.
You know what you
Yeah,
are deep
okay,
down.
Luffy. Look. Okay, Luffy. Look. If you say, for example, that moral thought experiment is crucial to making moral judgments or whatever, and the motivation for the moral thought experiment was wholly conducive or was wholly applicable towards the condition of the majority of people agreeing to it, which you already said, and that
I
enabling
didn't say
condition doesn't
that
exist.
once. I didn't say
Yeah,
that once.
you
You
did.
confused
Yeah,
little
you did.
animal.
You
I'm not
literally.
going to say what kind, but they live in the
Hold up.
jungle.
I'm gonna repeat. I'm gonna repeat back what you said since you're having your Forko fantasies and you're not actually tracking the debate. What you said was that if
Prove
majority
that.
of people,
That's a
if you
claim.
showed this, Hold on, calm down. Look, there he goes again. He's beating on his chest, little Neanderthal.
Listen, you
Look,
have a
you said,
disposition towards
look,
aggression
oh my God, he doing it
biologically, and
again.
I don't. I'm not aggressive at
He-
all.
Like, I'm not even being aggressive. I'm being very calm, cool, and collected, very demure and mindful. You just don't know what those words means. That's why you're confused and
Yeah,
scratching
because
your
they're
fat ass.
ebonics.
Yeah, you're scratching your fat ass here right now. You're like, what is Smoothie saying? Oh, dur. You don't understand
Yes, I do
anything that's
not
going on
speak
in the conversation.
ebonics.
You
Continue.
say, yes, you do not speak Ebonics.
Yeah, that is what I
Is that
said.
what you said? I don't think you believe that. I'm not gonna lie. You speak
When have I
legalese.
ever spoken ebonics? I believe I'm a very well-spoken individual, but let's get back to the substance,
I'm glad
Smoothie.
that you think that. Anyways, if you said initially that if you show this world to a bunch of people in our world and they say, for example, nasty, that's bad, then that would make anyway, that would make that would make that said thing negative and people more motivating in a sense. It would make it motivating in a sense because if you show this specific world to the people that exist in our world and they say that's bad, that's negative, that's nasty, then that would make it motivating. But again, that condition doesn't exist. Again, why I said that's your enabling condition, because you said in a sense what makes it motivating is the majority of people agreeing to the specific substance or the specific condition. The majority of this people, the majority doesn't exist inside of this stipulated example, right? The only
So I
people that
think I
exist is
explained already why this isn't an active problem, and I'll do so once more if you want me to, or we could just move past this point and leave it up to like a judge's view. That's fine with me. Either whichever way you want to do it.
Okay, so what was your explanation to this point?
So I just said it's not an active problem if I couldn't explain this, whether if I was spawned into this world tomorrow. The thing is, I could still pass moral judgments in this world. It's not like I'm losing out on the explanatory scope of moral actions. You're stipulating that if I woke up in this world tomorrow, I would lose explanatory scope. Sure, that's not the issue or the proposition at hand or what we're talking about. It's a non-issue to me.
You're saying it's a non-issue because what you're in reference towards is the world that actually can explain why this is bad, correct?
Yes, you would have to stipulate
Okay,
that our possible
hold on.
world just stopped existing.
Maybe
All
hold
I'd
on.
have to
Maybe
say,
Forko,
all I'd have to
calm.
stipulate,
Look,
Smoothie, is in this
calm
other
yourself.
possible world. Let's say I spawned in. Listen. Actually, listen.
Calm yourself.
Actually,
Calm
listen,
yourself right
listen,
now.
Smoothie.
No,
If I
I'm
spawn,
not listening. I'm going to tell you why you're wrong.
you
Right.
can't
I
listen,
don't
but
know.
you have those
Look,
big
I
ears.
don't know. I don't know if you got this from madeupmonkeyshit.com, but if I
But
just
you
told you
have
that
those
your
big
condition,
ears.
oh, look, there he goes again. He's
You
not
know,
actually
dreadheads do
understanding
it the
what's going
best.
on in the substance. He doesn't
You know,
actually
dreadheads
understand
do
what's
it the
going on in the
best.
conversation. He just keeps talking because he's a fucking nigger.
I'm sorry,
Right? He
my
don't
dreadhead
realize
brother. Continue.
you sorry. Thank you for being apologetic about you being incompetent. Look, what I said initially was that if you're enabling if your enabling condition was in reference towards stop distracting me, Bridge. If your enabling condition was only in reference towards with the majority of people agreeing to the specific substance or agreeing to the specific condition, then you said, well, that's not an active problem for me because my thing functions, and insofar that it's motivating to the majority of people that actually can have this, rational creativity to come to the conclusion of what is going on in that specific world is negative, right? Your principle works there. I agree. Your principle might work there. I'm not actually agreeing. It's like it's a strong man. I mean, a steel man. I'm retarded. It's a steel man, right? But again, inside of this specific example, majority of people don't exist. Is you and Swan.
Listen, okay,
Swan is
I understand what you're saying, and I understand that you're speaking. Hold on, Smoothie. I just let you speak. I calm down my what you called monkery, right? Now you calm down your monkery. I understand.
On me again.
You were done.
Again.
You were done, Smoothie.
No, I wasn't.
Well, I'm sorry. You
How
took
you
a
gonna tell
big
me
long
I'm
pause.
done?
You were buffering. Your
There you go,
O-Block
his
internet
Forko
was
feelings.
shoddy.
Stop it. Thank you.
Can I speak?
What's that? No, you're not, no. When that's the indicator to be quiet. When I say,
Yo, you're lagging, brother. You need to fix
I
your
am not
O-Block
lagging. I
Wi-Fi.
am not lagging. Am I
He's gonna
lagging?
come and blow New Jersey up.
Am I lagging? Okay, this nigga fast. Anyway, like I said again.
Yo, Liam just texted me and said, "Call Smoothie the N-word." What the hell, Liam?
Oh hell no. If your principle is only stipulated insofar that it's motivating when these enabling conditions are met, and the enabling conditions are the majority of people agreeing to the specific normative ethical principle, and I'm saying, well, the majority of people doesn't exist. It's you and this specific person. This specific person has an antithetical position to yours, right? There's no There's no majority of people, which is your enabling condition. If you say, for example, well, I spawn into this world, I just kill myself. Well, that's not really answering the print. That's not really answering the question. That's you trying to get your way out of the question by saying, well, I'm not going to answer it because it's not actually applicable inside of my specific scenario when the majority of people are agreeing to my normative ethical principle. That's where my principle is only applied. That's where my principle is only motivating. But I'm saying, look, Forko, don't hide behind the majority of people. Be a man. Be a man. Come out. Come out and tell us that you
All
wouldn't
right,
find
enough,
that said.
enough howling.
Look.
Listen
Come
here,
out
King
and
of
tell us.
KFC.
Look.
Listen here, King of KFC. Let me speak.
Oh, whoa.
Let me answer.
Calm
Let me
down
answer you,
there.
bro. You've been asking me many questions.
There.
I just want to answer.
Calm down there. Look, Forko.
Look,
Just tell them. Just tell them that you would love to see toddlers fucking each other in that world via your normative principle.
I'm here. I'm here to answer the questions you asked, but you remain ignorant. There's a couple synonyms for ignorant. I would lock my windows if you walked by my car, Smoothie. I would lock my windows if you walked by my car.
You would lock those little kids up in the basement. Is that what you said?
Calm down. Calm down. I'm gonna
You
lock my
calm down. You
windows.
think I'm
Please
hit
don't
you?
shoot me. Please don't shoot me.
I'm gonna shoot you. I don't got a gun pointed at you, Forko. Look, calm down. Your fantasies getting out of control.
But I know you have a gun.
Look.
Do you not
I'm
have
gonna harm him. He think I'm gonna harm him. This 6'1", you supposed to be 6'1", big, strong, brolic man. I'm a
6'3".
11.
I'm 6'3", but I know my muscles aren't bulletproof.
think I'm
I know
harm
you keep that heater.
Why you think I'm gonna harm you? Like,
I
what's
just
going
know
on?
you keep that heater.
Look,
I know you have a disposition
there's
to
no
aggression.
reason
You
to be
keep that
insecure about
heater.
my manly figure. There is no reason to be insecure about my manly figure. I know I'm 4'11", obese, greasy, nasty, and sweaty, but that doesn't mean that you have to be very insecure about my figure. I know I have the best figure known to man inside of this VC, but calm down. Look, I'm gonna talk you through it like I do all your hoes. Again, like I said again, Forko, look, stop laughing. Talk you through it. You be quiet or you try to talk me through it while I'm talking you through it. That's how sex works. Your position in this debate is head down, ass up. That's your position in this debate. Look, calm down.
My
what I'm
position
saying
in
is
this
that,
debate is trying not to get robbed
there's no talking.
as
There's
you
no
approach
talking.
my vehicle and I lock the doors.
Forko, there's no. You gonna lock the basement? Is that what you said? Those kids
I
are in
said
that
as
basement.
I lock the doors. Oh my God, this monkey has hearing loss. And no, I don't mean it in a racist way.
Lock the doors to the basement. Is that what you're trying to say? Those are kids in that basement.
Yo, this is Smoothie when they don't accept EBT here.
Those are kids in that basement.
Yeah, this is Smoothie when they don't accept EBT here. I'm down.
Say the joke twice, nigga. No one laughed. Stop embarrassing yourself.
Everyone's muted. Are you stupid?
No one laughed. It was trying to. It was like an attempt to make a joke and it didn't land.
Smoothie, we don't.
Look, there he goes lagging. Look, I kinda laugh. Ban this bitch. Fucking faggot.
All right, Smoothie. Can I give a response to your argument now?
Anyway, you can say that you agree that you would love to see toddlers fucking each other on this planet. That's what I told you to give.
Well, where I can say that. Thank you for telling me what I can and can't say. But I was already very aware.
You was already planning to tell me that you were going to give that.
Oh my God, you are such a brute. You're an animal.
Why are you moaning inside of my mic? I'm not even that deep yet. Calm down.
You are a brute. You're an animal. You ate.
I'm not even that deep yet. Look, I know I'm an animal. I'm
I know you're speaking weird because the constant gunfire and O'Block has blown out your ear. I'm like,
Forko, you like
it?
Loud. Forko, you like that? Forko, you like that? And you like, yes, daddy, yes, I love it so much.
Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me.
I'm not trying to hurt you, Forko. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm being very, very, very slow, very passionate, very demure with you.
Okay, please, you're fucking freaking me out, bro. Like, if I was in a car and you were walking by, I'd lock my window. I don't want to get hurt. Please don't hurt me. 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 Please. Oh my God. Yo, Liam, call 911, please. Oh my God, there's an armed and dangerous man. He's aggressive. He's acting aggressively. Smoothie, listen. Okay, let's get back to the substance. For real.
Okay, go ahead, man. Answer my question.
All right, black male, 4'11". Sorry, I'm
that's not answering my question, nigga. That's not. Look,
I'm finishing a call. I'm on a call.
He's fantasizing about me
again. He's obese,
fat, and greasy. About me again. My greasy belly is hitting his back, and his sweat and it's dripping all down to his neck.
My greasy belly is hitting his bumblebee, stupid bitch.
I don't know why he started beatboxing there. Look, I don't know why he started beatboxing. Just get back to the substance, nigga.
So
you don't look good on the meta.
So if this was the case,
are you stuttering?
No, I just repeated myself.
Yeah, that's a stutter. You know what a stutter is? Yeah, a stutter is repeating the first syllable or word.
It's not repeating the word. I could say
Yeah,
so.
repetition of the first syllable of a word,
It could be
monkey.
melodic. It
Yeah, when
doesn't
you
have
say
to be
yeah,
conducive to a
it's a
stutter.
melodic stutter, nigga. That's mutually compatible with what I'm saying. It's a melodic stutter.
The
If
only
I
thing
say,
mutually compatible is you and firearms and you and fried chicken.
that's
You
a
have no
stutter.
clue what you're talking about
It's a
right now.
melodic stutter.
So
Maybe you didn't. Maybe
all
yeah.
I'd have to
Hold on.
stipulate, Smoothie, is that
Hello,
if
hello,
I
hello, hello.
spawned in this
Okay,
possible
this
world with Swan, I'm just gonna get this through. Judge, listen, please. If I spawned in this possible world with Swan, right? He's sitting there. He's
Mhm.
like, "Well, you couldn't do nothing." All I'd have to stipulate is the same as I have now, but with some other possible world that would be identical. So I'll just be like, in the world where rational agents function this way, this is how I pose my moral thought
Why
experiment.
you keep
In the
stipulating
world
things
when
inside of
rational agents function this way, then we should act this way. And that would all I'd have to do. I just
Wait,
have to pose an identical
Forko,
world to
why
ours
are
and say I
you? Hold
value
on.
the majority of
Wait,
opinions
hold
in
on.
that.
Why are you keep stipulating things inside of my hypothetical? You just keep adding principles and conditions inside of my hypothetical so you can answer it. Look, the hypothetical is very clear and concise. The hypothetical is saying there is no
Yeah,
other
if the
rational. Hold on, calm down.
hypothetical states
I'll
that
let
I
you. Look,
don't have
I'll
knowledge
let you
of
give your
this
hypothetical. Look,
concept,
I'll let you give your hypothetical. Calm down. If I told you
you didn't
that
let me
the
do
only thing that
anything.
exists,
You've
yes,
been
I did.
yelling at me. You've been
I'll
trying
let
to
you give your
threaten me
hypothetical.
multiple
Are you saying
times.
that you need my permission to do something? I didn't let you do something. You can't do it by yourself. If
No,
I
it's just
talk over
hard for
you,
me
you
to
can't
do it
do
when
it.
you're threatening me with your
So you
imposing
did do
dark
it. So you
stature.
did do it. Okay, so you did do it. Calm down. It's no reason to be that aggressive. Look, I'm gonna tell you again. What's stipulated in my hypothetical is saying there's no rational creativity. So even if you say, for example, well, there is a possible world where rational creative individuals exist insofar that it would be conducive, they would have like a normative ethical principle that is applicable or that's the same or identical towards mine, then that would provide the reason. No, look, there's nothing that exists of that specific kind because there's no rational creativity. There's no rational creative individuals except you and that person that has that antithetical position towards yours, right? So under your principle, you would say that there's no motivation for your normative ethical principle because the enabling condition doesn't exist anymore. There's no possible world where the majority of people has the rational creativity to actually have a position conducive towards yours. There's nothing like that existing.
So you just stipulated that fucking possible worlds just don't fucking exist. Yeah, that's completely fine, dude. You're stipulating a retard world that's just like logically impossible unless you fucking motivate determinism. And then if you motivated determinism
Talking about
and
look,
like this is the
this is a,
necessary word, because this is what
this
you
is a
have to
different
motivate.
dialogue.
You'd
This
have
is
to
a different
motivate that
dialogue.
this is the
Look,
necessary
this is a
fucking
different
world.
dialogue, Tree. Look, calm down. Look, I'm telling you why stipulates inside my hypothetical more stipulations. So I'm just canceling out those stipulations to get you to answer my question. What I canceled out was you thinking about, more possible worlds to which, can have these people can have conducive normative ethical principles in yours to yours, etc. I canceled that out because you added those principles inside of my hypothetical, which wasn't
Yeah,
added
so
initially.
I've
So when I
not only
look,
explained why
hold on.
this
So
is
what
a
I told you,
non-problem, but then I
wait,
provided you
calm
an
down.
answer
No,
to
no,
this
you didn't.
problem.
Yeah, hold on. The
And to
reason why you said it's a non-problem is because you can say that most people if they were there, if rational creativity was there, etc., these individuals would agree to you. They would say that this thing to which we take to be,
Yo,
since we are
Smoothie, you've
rational
repeated
creative
yourself
individuals.
40 times. Don't you think you've made your
No,
point
I
well
did
enough,
not.
brother?
No, I did not. No, I did not.
Now, I know
Anyways,
you
like I
can't
said again,
count. I know they didn't teach you
the
that in your
reason,
little
look,
jungle school when
look,
you got up and you
stop.
brushed your teeth with sticks and you hopped out your hut, right? I know
Yeah,
they
right.
didn't teach you that in your jungle school, but I don't give a fuck, son. You are repeating yourself. You can't
Like you're
count.
stuttering
You
over
can't count
yourself while trying to
1,
be
2,
funny.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Look,
9,
stop
10, 11,
doing it.
12, 13, 14, 15. Now do that, Smoothie. Count to 15.
Anyways, look, if
You
I'm telling, if
can't
I'm
count to
telling
15. Oh my god. Oh my god. He said, anyways, yo, they didn't teach him how to count in his hut
bro,
school.
stop, bro. You trying to get me? You trying to get me in
They
that
didn't teach
mode,
him how
boy?
to count in his
Trying to
mud
get me
block
in that
school.
mode. I'm trying to be a very, demure person, very kind, cool, calm, and collected. Trying to get my hypothetical out.
I get
And
it, bro.
he wants to
I
keep
get it,
rubbing
bro.
his
You
butt on
can't
me.
count.
And he
Continue.
wants to keep
Go ahead.
rubbing his
Go ahead.
butt
Go
on me.
ahead. Go
And he
ahead,
wants
boy. You're being
stop.
exhausting. Go ahead.
Stop. Anyways, divinity, leave me alone. Stop asking me about bananas. What the fuck, nigga? Just ask me. Anyways, look, I'm saying. In this hypothetical, I'm not gonna repeat the hypothetical anymore. I'm not gonna like repeat the stipulations because you're not answering it. All you're doing is providing more stipulations and more conditions inside of the hypothetical than needed, and even what was said.
Do
And
it
you're saying that
sexy.
it's not a
Do it
problem,
sexy. Oh my
even though
bad.
it's not. Is that his Tourette's? Is he stimming out? The reason why you said it was a non-problem is because, if most people, the majority of people in this world would agree that this said thing is going to be something which we deem to be negative because of the rational creativity, etc. And again, I'm stipulating that said thing out of that specific scenario. There's no other world to which people can say that what is going on in this specific world is going to be bad, negative, immoral, etc. There's only you and Swan who holds an antithetical normative ethical position than you. Your motivation for believing that toddlers on that specific world raping and killing each other, being immoral, wouldn't be there because it lacks that enabling condition.
Okay, you're a broken record. All I'm gonna say, brother, is that look, if I have the knowledge of my moral principle, which you're stipulating, and you're saying Swan doesn't agree to it, I can formulate in this possible world my thought experiment. I can go, well, if majority of people have my moral principle and they agree to it or whatever, then it would be a bad action. All I'd have to do is give motivators for my moral principle, which I can do. If that's something you want me to do, say do it, Forko Daddy, do it, Forko Daddy. Now let's move on to the next point.
Both the Forko fantasies again, nigga, calm down. Look, all I said, look, I know you probably can give motivation. That's what I'm asking for like the 15th time inside of the conversation. But you
Yeah,
said
and
the
ask for it
motivation,
once.
you were implying that the motivation was in reference towards the majority of people agreeing to the specific condition.
That's not the
That was the motivation.
motivation. That's how I pass a moral judgment. Are you retarded? The motivation for my argument would
What
go as
are you
follows.
talking about? Look,
It would go,
what are you?
the brain is a goal-setting mechanism. Premise one, do you agree or disagree, you stupid bitch?
That's not what you said. I asked you, is the motivation in reference towards the majority of people agreeing to the specific action? And you said, well, yes. That's when you try to give it that's when I gave the hypothetical of saying that there's
That was just
toddlers,
never
there's a
said. I disagree with that being said. Continue.
no,
So, premise one,
no,
is the human brain a goal-setting mechanism?
Why is he
Yes,
trying to
no,
touch me
maybe so.
inappropriately? No.
Yes, no, maybe so.
Anyways,
Uh-huh.
I
Okay,
said,
so premise two, human rational creativity is conducive to rational goals set by human goal-setting mechanisms,
I
aka the
don't care about
brain.
the argument debated. He
Love,
sent you in DMs. I don't care about that. Look, what I'm talking about is what
love,
happened inside of the debate. When I
love,
actually was the enabling
creation.
condition X, and you
Cool.
said, well, when I actually was the enabling condition X, and you try to give it when I gave a hypothetical of people on this specific Earth, people on this specific planet are toddlers, they don't have rational creativity. Would you take it to be the case that toddlers raping and killing each other on that specific Earth, morally impermissible? Is that morally bad, Forko? You said yes, that's morally bad. Why, Forko? Why? Because majority of people on
I've
Earth would
already
this.
explained it, and
Look,
now
look,
we're
look,
on to the
stop,
motivator of why my
look,
principle works in this
stop,
normative thought experiment.
Somebody stop this man. Then you was like, yes, that's bad. I was like, Forko, why? Forko, why? Explain. And you
Guys,
was
can we go
like,
to closing, guys, please?
then you was like, well, majority of people on Earth would agree that what's happening on that Earth is bad. If they agree, then it's bad. Smoothie is bad. And I was like,
We
well,
gotta
let's stipulate. Oh, yo, Divinity, shush, nigga, chill.
bro, go to closing, man, please.
Anyways,
Hey, you
and I was
listen here,
like,
bitch ass nigga.
Please, man, go to
What's
closing,
so
bro, please.
loud?
then I
My
was like,
king go on closing when he want to go on closing. You understand me?
exactly.
Why are you talking
Exactly.
like you're his girl, bro?
Because I am. We're now, bitch ass nigga.
You sound
Oh,
like
I
Nicki.
man.
Okay, wait, stop.
Yo,
Both y'all
Forko, don't
stop.
interrupt me, bitch. Okay, now you can talk. Go ahead.
But
Ice,
anyways,
chill,
look.
bro. Like, let us
Then I
debate,
was
and
like,
Liam, just mute up.
and I was like,
Go ahead.
Forko. But the enabling condition doesn't exist inside of my stipulation. There's no majority of people. There's you and Swan. And Swan thinks it's okay to grade kids, right? But you don't, obviously. Wait, so
Yo,
where's the majority? Where's the majority in that specific scenario? Then you were like, well, I can create, and that's hypothetical world. I can create in my own mind another hypothetical world where majority of people agree on my normative principle. Then I'm like, no, that doesn't work that way. Because Swan can do the exact same thing. Swan can create inside of his mind where hypothetical where majority of people agree with his principle. It doesn't go anywhere. So stop stipulating more things inside of my principle and actually answer the question.
Yeah. So congratulations. The reason it doesn't work with Swan is because it is what's called a post hoc judgment. It is a post hoc judgment because unless Swan's raping baby moral principle is due to some sort of like necessary principle, and we know that it's motivating to follow, it is just going, well, this action is moral if after the fact people view this, right? So that's fallacious. That's retarded. That's stupid as shit, boy. So all I'm gonna present to you is why my moral
Okay.
fucking shit is necessary,
Hold
and,
on, hold on.
we're done.
So all you're simply saying is that reasons to why yours is motivating is because you can actually create a hypothetical world to which most people agree with your
No, that's
normative
not what
ethical
I'm saying. I've been trying to give a
That is what
motivator
you're
for
saying.
5 fucking minutes.
That is what you're saying.
No, it's not. I'm saying I pass
Yes, it
moral
is.
judgments
Yes,
this
it
way,
is. Yeah.
and I'm saying my motivator
No,
for the moral
it is.
principle is
That's
completely
what you said.
Can
different.
we go to closing?
No, you said you have a moral principle, but the reason to why your moral principle is motivating to which it was said inside the record, I play back the record and everything on all serious, like a serious note. You said the reason to why, I said, okay, why is it motivating? You said the reason to why it's motivating. You didn't say motivating, but you was like, the reason to why it's motivating, etc., is because majority of people would agree to the specific thing being negative, and that provides the impermissibility of actions in that possible world, in that
I
specific world
said
in
the
which I stipulate.
reason my moral position makes an action like raping a baby negative is because if the concept was fucking put out there, it would be a inhibiting factor to the majority of my moral agents, right? Smoothie, I didn't say it was motivating because of that. The reason the principle is motivating is an
Hold on. If you say,
independent
for
factor.
example,
And it goes like
hold on,
this.
hold on,
Premise
hold
1,
on,
the brain is a goal
hold on.
setting mechanism. Premise 2, human rational creativity is conducive to the rational goals set by this goal setting mechanism. Conclusion, we ought value this because humans are rational beings who set rational goals, and this is conducive to those rational goals.
Can we
Thank
go
you,
to closing, bro?
Father. I'm good with
Forko,
going to closing
if
now.
I say, for example, that motivation to believe something just only means the reason you want or need to think that is true, then if I say, for example, that the motivation inside of your specific scenario was in reference towards the majority of people agreeing to this principle or condition or whatever, that is motivation to believe a specific principle under the definition of what motivation to believe something means.
Yeah, it's
So when I
just
said
not
that you have
semantically
motivation
how
to
I was
believe,
using motivating. Smoothie, we've exhausted this. Do you want to go to conclusions?
sure, but didn't answer anything.
Okay, so I just want to say if we go to conclusions right now, the proposition is changing, and the proposition of this debate would be: does my moral worldview hold up? Because I really don't want to debate you for like another 30 minutes on your moral worldview. You're just like really threatening, and it's scary to debate you. I worry that you're going to harm me. So I just don't want to continue to do the debate. So are you cool with that being the proposition? Just if I defended my moral worldview, if you won these points, if I won these points.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Here's my closing statement. I'm just going to leave a lot of it up to the actual contents of the debate, but I'll explain why I believe I won. I won't go in detail as to why these reasons are true. I believe I won because I explained why it's a non-problem. I explained that in this possible world, I could stipulate this because my guy would have knowledge of my moral principle because Smoothie stipulated that himself. So therefore, he can theorize a possible world where majority of people have this moral principle. And then I can also posit that hey, my normative thought experiment still applies because I could just attribute it to this possible world in this possible world. And I explained why my moral principle was necessary and motivating and why we ought to follow it and why it wouldn't matter if Swan posited some possible world because his wouldn't be necessary. And I asked Smoothie, I was like, go ahead and provide me a necessary moral principle to rape babies. And he said, boy, I'm from Obla. I'm from Obla. I shoot at the op. And that's all he said. He's fried.
That shit is embarrassing. Sound like hot John nigga. Anyways, are you done?
Yeah. You can go.
All right. So the reason why me Smoothie thought that I beat Forko today in this current debate was that Forko provided a normative principle, right? That normative principle was saying, look, if there is rational creativity in reference towards these specific individuals, then we can say that unaliving toddlers in this specific hypothetical world would be morally impermissible if there is rational creativity, rational creative individuals that can come with that has that opinion, etc. My argument or my reductio simply towards that was saying, well, if there's, and he also said the majority of people would have to agree to it, etc. My argument to that was simply saying, look, there was a possible world when there are toddlers, graping and unaliving each other, and the only people that exist that has rational creativity was you and Swan. Rational creativity and Swan has an antithetical position to yours. Would you take it to be the case since the majority of people doesn't exist inside of that specific principle? Is that position motivating? And you said it's motivating insofar that inside of that possible world, I can conceive of another possible world where that principle is everybody, the majority of people has a principle that is conducive towards minds, etc. Then I said, okay, that can also be applicable towards Swan. Swan can conceive of another possible world to which his principle is also the majority of people's principle is also conducive towards his principle. That doesn't actually do anything for the conversation. You're not answering anything. And I told him, if you stipulate things inside of the hypothetical, it doesn't answer my hypothetical, you're answering a parody version of my hypothetical. Divinity shush. We can debate actually divinity.
Yeah, you
And I
need
was
to win,
trolling
bro.
halfway. I was trolling halfway